going to be really hard to predict, you know. I mean, we've seen good things out of both of these teams. It kind of makes sense that they're both 0-2 by that same token, and I think, you know, I think for Arctic, at least they got double-digit rounds versus both their opponents, whereas we have like one blowout for Isurus. When we saw Isurus play yesterday versus 0-0 Nation, there were definitely good things to say, and that was on Inferno as well.
And then just starts it towards Banana. On his own, very much on his own. Still no movement from the rest of his team, starting 4 on A. A decoy to shroud the movement, a little boost up. Util, of course, still for Isurus in the 2 smoke grenades, Molotov and Flash. But they'll hold and just see how close they can really get this. I mean, they're getting no response out of Arctic. Arctic have not showed anything. They haven't made a sound.
Arctic have, but also they've kind of heavily committed, you know, inside of lane here. Now they'll have fast rotations. This means they could push down mid in this setup, potentially. Let's see if Ninjas get some help.
Whether he's got to be the one-man army. Rotate now starting to come. And Ninjas is able to get away. When we think about retake, we think about the util that's still left on Arctic, as they did commit to that A site. He didn't use any of it. Incendiary smoke and a flash to try and get back into the B site. And Ninjas was able to control the back around coffins, so there's no problem in that regard. It's just about facing sight now. Suddenly, Isurus do what Arctic did, completely fall silent. Little crispy deco in the back sight. He's using the fountain very nicely, all things considered. He gets wrecked by that utility, comes through with the kill alongside meyern. Some kind of a bring back from Arctic, but now they're walking wounded, falling back, and Reversive wants to go for that kill shot. Ponter punishes just the one. It is Icarus with the start.
Yeah, the retakes are always difficult. I think I would have liked to see like a contingency plan apart from just doing the regular rotations, because like their value right there was that if it came towards A, they're in a great spot. They had 4 there, and they were all pressed up in aggressive positions. But versus the B hit, the other thing that they had open to them was potentially setting up fast flanks, or even we've seen full-on site retakes with 4 or 5 players. Seen Furia do that, right? Well, they'll retake the B site from Banana with all of the nades you'd use on T side. That was also a possibility, but no matter how you slice it, those retakes are going to be a lose situation most of the time.
Okay, meyern. Quick and easy. It's the mid pick, or mid peak. Collapses in a second. And Isurus wastes no time moving back towards Banana, getting into that B site and cleaning things up. Reversive, he's confirmed where history is at and the fact there's still a little threat here. Scout on the field, 3 players susceptible. Make it 4 to a single shot.
That'll be a nice win just to get, well, at least one of them, but Reversive almost literally pre-fires that. He's just so confident history's going to be around the corner. And Isurus pick up 2, and I think that they actually had a couple. I don't know if they had both pistols. I think they maybe ecoed one of them, but versus 0-0 yesterday, they at least got one and had good starts in both halves. There wasn't too much meat on the bones when it came to the rifle rounds, and that was the big problem for them. But of course, Arctic are not going to be quite as good as 0-0 Nation, and we had an outlier game where Cold and Taco both performed at such a high level at the same time.
Grenades held on to and thrown down mid. Some chip damage, but not exactly what Arctic were hoping for.
On its face, who do you think will win?
I'm thinking Isurus.
Yeah.
Yeah, personally. I think that a game like this, you know, maybe we get back a little meyern. It's been, you know, I always hold high hope for him. But, you know, Arctic, neither team's super experienced, but there's just a little bit less.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, for those just joining us. It's first international land for 4 out of 5 players on Arctic.
Yeah, you got to pay your dues or cause upset. But right now, it's luchov to bring it back. Still in the hands of Arctic. USP is all that's left. Ponter will be given a chance, and why not? There's another history. Tons of damage. Just USPs inside the B site. 2 unarmored pistol players, and it is meyern that has to bring this back.
Oh, they really fell apart there. Whoa, and no bomb here for meyern. You know, the thing is, this is recoverable, but it won't be easy. There's 2 players that can both play one and done spots, and if they get any audio cue, then there's a chance. But right now, Ponter, he's a bit out in the open. But this crossfire is starting to congeal. meyern has to use his brain here.
They're close enough to swing. meyern's going to have to whip this a quick 90, and he doesn't get the chance.
Oh, he doesn't.
Unarmored pistols.
Wow. I saw a couple of we saw the winner's POV, right? We saw the pistols winning those duels. but you also saw those AKs making noise, and they seemed to just fall apart as soon as a couple of kills went down. Looked like the communication broke down quite a bit right here. Just no damage in. If I'm Arctic, that's an opportunity.
Huge one. 2 AKs held on to. M4's op in History's hands. Mistakes both ways.
Yeah. Is it a comedy of errors?
Luckily for Arctic, it doesn't cost them anything. You just pretend like that was never the plan.
Was that like full USPs? What?
The 2 players who were left, USPs.
No armor?
No armor.
Wow.
So that's why, like, reversive jumping up from pit against the player who's under boost should be a sitter. Quick trade inside Banana. Eco comes out. History's going to remain posted. T-side smoke front sight.
Won't deny the ops vision. Interesting mid-round situation here for Isurus. They look like they're about to fake, but I don't know. I don't know if they can probably pull this op rotation. They just have to kind of guess if History stayed or not. But we're coming up to decision time now.
No contact shown on A.
Yep, they're getting that op rotator.
They hear the util though. Molotov coming out from pit.
Oh, I was kind of worried they'd do this. The bomb's going back to the A site as they exect.
Oh, but now the op actually doubles back because of that late smoke from Banana, and Ponter gives up what would have been a nice deep position on the bomb site. You know, he could have just tucked into a corner and maybe held on like MaLLby is. As long as he survives with the rest of his team, it's in the bag. Way too easy. As that bomb gets dropped in sight, meyern simply no time to collect the pieces, and he won't find another kill as this one expires.
So, I mean, they do get the idea off. They get the rotation back to B from the op, so they scared him enough that, like, all right, they made him feel like it was a fake, and then it was actually a double. So whoever was making presence there at the top of Banana definitely did a good job, and they were patient enough to score the rotation towards mid to make that kill a little easier as well. The only problem there at that point was just the amount of time they had left to kind of mastermind the whole strategy. So we got into the red, they just had to get that bomb plant.
This time the run boost is a success, but still nets History, no info, no opening kill. Fortunately for Isurus coming in, trying to buy around that saved AK, but it's just the Tech-9's Deagle spread. Little charcuterie board.
Charcuterie.
Charcuterie. Some fromages. MaLLby on the corner. He holds. I'm gonna go for that again. Nah, Tech-9 got within that lethal zone. Now, nobody else is able to cross Short's vision for free, but they could just redirect and hit Short instead, and maybe meyern wants the line of sight. AK to the face on Short side. Ponter peeled between 2 directions, and Isurus, they know what they wanted. They hit it way faster, and they just followed through with the momentum of the first Tech-9 hit to get a 3rd round on the scoreboard.
Yeah, there's of course some luck in that, the fact that the Tech-9 is ready to shoot, but you could feel it. You're like, all right, you need this flash now. Like, this flash needs to come out yesterday, and by that point, Tech-9, there's only one angle to peek off of, right? So it's not a huge surprise as able to get that kill at that point. So they had the right idea, but the execution was just a little bit better from Isurus. Kind of a nice dry run strategy to go forward with the full arch wrap, and got to upgrade all their guns in the process. We know meyern because of his mechanics. Yesterday didn't have like a super solid game. It was kind of one of those games where the kills he got looked good. There just wasn't a huge quantity. But this is going to be a game where you absolutely expect him to shine.
This Tech-9's fire fast. Especially when you're blind. Click away on the corner. Get yourself in on the wrap.
I think ZywOo's the fastest clicker.
With the Tech 9?
With the Tech 9 and the dualies as well.
Yeah, definitely dualies. Yeah, sure. Yep. Look at the pace here, the tempo from Isurus. Again, conviction and...
Oh my god, luchov doesn't care about flashes. It's like they're pushing his mouse button for him.
Saw him for a split second, followed through. Short's going to try to run that 5-7 over. Numbers are nearby for Arctic.
That is a great smoke for the CT side. They can just chill on this.
So there's a lot of presence, lots of bodies, potential.
Youch!
Gunfire starts to pop off, and luchov, ooh, on the retreat with his teammate. Because, I mean, yeah, you got up arch side and things stalled out. Fall back and regroup.
Yeah, they keep one at the end of halls. They run out of it. I don't know if MaLLby hears anything. And Isurus, it looks like they ran purposefully. So that was a fake in and of itself. And they've pulled the pit player out. That's the key rotation on the CT side. So they have sold it.
Working wonderfully.
MaLLby,
they're not even waiting to see anything. This is all mind games.
Yeah, they're just going now 3v5. They're like, all right, let's just stack. And we just got some audibles. Wow, they fell for this so badly.
Yeah, to Arctic, the silence is deafening. And now the regrets sink in. Or the fact that you get to actually keep 3 of these weapons. Silver linings. Pat yourself on the back, but Isurus, that's 4-2 early lead on the T side.
Yeah, I think that's just a great call. Sometimes it's hard to, it's like easy to look at the minimap and go, okay, they just like all ran at the same time. But to organize and call it and make sure everyone executes in the exact same moment, like, yes, we need to really get out of here as if we were, urgently trying to get to the site. And that kind of conviction, I think, will come through on the audibles, and that's how you get the other team to believe you. And it looks like they did that pretty well. So full credit. You don't need utility or even players to show themselves to get the rotations out. Sometimes you just got to make them think you're stupid.
Yep. Hell, I mean, I feel like that play would have even worked had Arctic caught luchov on the fallback, because if there was going to be anybody to die for Isurus before they're able to re-engage, either by actually following through to the B site or this fake we see them commit to, luchov gets the fade away.
Yeah, a couple key moments for luchov in these last 2 rounds. Both on the arches.
First timeout comes through from Arctic here, trying to stop the bleeding early.
We know Arctic like a fast T side themselves when we switch over.
Seeing as this is, a 0-2 game, and these teams have already shown us that they're not flawless, I was expecting maybe not... well, actually, flawless is the right word. I'm not expecting flawless Counter-Strike. I am expecting energetic CS. These are 2 teams that have played fast.
For Arctic, this is a new map for them. Isurus played Inferno yesterday, so there's a bit of fresh tape for Arctic to go off of. They had an idea of how to read the game.
Off the pause, they've calculated a buy that includes 2 kits, no op, MP957. Heavier lane presence this time, maybe going for the boost so that if those smokes continue to come down, they'll see over top. Ninjas, burned, jumps up and over, successfully taking one. Then his allies, Molotov, hits the dirt in front of him. Looked like luchov could have been burned into a fight he didn't want, but he succeeds in both the duels. 4v3 for Isurus, and then reversive. Denied by MaLLby. And meyern's not too far away, so as Arctic start to make too much sound here, he's just gonna lurk out into the side of him. Ponter actually starting to push forward. luchov does not seem to be ready for that one.
Oh my goodness. And does history know?
If he doesn't know, he seems on high alert.
Yeah, this is a hard map to read right now for the CTs. It looks like this lurk will work. Oh my god, they're going to come back to mid.
I mean, luchov's got to be careful.
Oh, he jiggled. Ooh, Ponter made a mistake.
Catches the kill on the corner, but does he expect history? Sure enough, shadow advantage as he pushes down middle. So this is luchov doing everything he has to in round number 7. 4 kills to his name.
7, 6, and 5. Oof. It's all been luchov turning point kills.
Arch, his playground. Banana in mid. The follow-ups, and poor MaLLby. To exit this door seems daunting.
Yeah, they had the 2 players lurking inside of the halls with banana control. I mean, it's just so hard to think that this could be possible. and then coming back down banana felt like a way to shoot yourself in the foot, actually. But luchov, he's just been very sharp in these moments, and he was definitely more aware right there. And as we saw, the shadow advantage and that jiggle. If there was no jiggle, it just took that full swing as soon as he heard a player running at him. We see a different round, maybe.
Terrorists win.
Toxie took damage there.
That's
on the bomb on A site.
Dude, I don't know what they packed in that bomb in Inferno.
Yeah.
I don't know how one makes bombs bigger.
What is C4?
It's a plastic explosive.
Okay.
I know that much.
Could you make it out of grocery bags?
If you can, they don't want you to know that.
Okay. Did you know that an apple is 1/40th the strength of dynamite
1/40th.
in terms of energy?
You're telling me if I go buy 40 Granny Smiths,
You can kill a man.
We've got a problem. Yeah.
That's what James Barnolf told me, and I believe everything he says.
Fair bet. MaLLby, speaking of trust, just sitting behind the thinnest piece of cover here. Oh, that's so unfair. 99 damage to reversive.
Don't ever say that. He's gonna silence M4. He's getting way too many kills that he shouldn't. All right.
Injustice.
Don't be a
an A1 Andy.
Don't be an A1 Andy. Don't be an A1S apologist. Okay.
99.
Good.
You're twisted. Fortunately, too, unrecoverable, right? Isurus just consuming control of the apartments.
With an A4, he does 40 damage there. And he's smiling.
Because he hit something. Man, that moment of anxiousness that must have sunk in when he gets fully blinded running into the balcony room, knowing there's a bunch of presence alt mid. He just has to stay crouched with his fingers and toes crossed, hoping.
Yeah.
But
can't strafe
when he regains vision, he realizes it's his chance. He hits the headshot. 99 damage. That's not Twisted?
You'll find out after. Yeah, but you like Twisted. You asked me for the most Twisted anime recommendations earlier.
I'm not ready to talk about it with the people.
I told them to watch Elfin Laid chat. I'm not reading chat, but I decided to say that.
luchov gonna keep racking up those frags. Ninja's history sprinting in for the recovery of the gun, but meyern will lay down the law. 6-2 early lead. Nice and easy.
We've seen some great T-sides this tournament. It doesn't feel like the kind of map imbalances that existed at like Pro League level or some of the bigger events are as applicable here at the RMR, which is honestly made CS even more enjoyable to watch for that reason. There's still like a good ability for T teams to make comebacks or to like start hot, I think, more easily.
Puts it out quick. Oh, straight to the teeth.
He's still going to get a kill. Watch.
Arctic don't want to shy away from this.
Yeah, they're using utility really well here.
Now it's Deco's turn to burn. Ninjas won't escape the wall bang. Is that through the half wall?
Yeah.
Right through the edge of it. Just that last piece as he tries to fade back into the B site. Sanctuary wasn't too far away, but he will never find it.
Oh, man.
Dead man walking.
I think the problem is if they don't have anybody, like they have one player spotting from Arch, if they don't have any pick control, they're going to get paranoid. And the rotations will get messy, but okay. Wow.
Trade through there.
Trades go down. Where does it end, though? Like, they've got a mid-smoke up. This should be kind of intimidating. And it looks like MaLLby's putting himself in a good position to actually, to deal with a Halls wrap.
No way that
Didn't
timing.
see this, but he hears actually the more important players.
Okay, so bomb hits the dirt. Now, the Balk player's a big question mark, and meyern reveals himself. Bit of a stretch to go for that shot. Doesn't know about the op of history, and so Arctic, I love that.
Yeah.
You know, history, I wasn't sure what necessarily called him to fall back to A site that convinced, but he went for it, got ahead of it, and he played a key role in shutting that down. Not as key, of course, as the boiler control at that point.
No, that's true. He didn't have a ton of information. I guess, you know, he's based on the game that we've seen, just the patterns. Isurus do rotate a lot. Like, they'll leave a site, they'll go to another one. They'll try to fake. And the way to keep up with that is to, you know, rotate a little bit more liberally as well. Sometimes you don't want to do too much, but that was a good call. And MaLLby just played his position perfectly. I thought it was kind of like, oh, if he's at Arch, all he's doing is taking a rotator spot. But he moved. Luchov, man.
What?
How does he get these?
There's a CT behind it. Ponter finds the back turned. And the smoke's all over the place. Close combat fighting between Isurus and Arctic here.
Oh, that'll be heard.
MaLLby feeling a little stressed, wants the op to come help. Reversive, hoping that that sniper steps forward. Nate, of course, confirming he is right there. He goes for the bounce frag instead. Ponter squeezing out from Arch side. Bomb still in mid with the possibility, or rather, what was previously a possibility.
They're faking again. This will be heard. That we respond to it. Ooh. Okay, that'll make a difference. There's still one in halls though.
Player, yeah, and look how they're running around here. Ponter, what can he get from this? Ooh. Has to go for the fight. History holds the angle through the bomb site itself, and that's going to allow for Ponter to maybe walk up, but the pit player could at a moment's notice take a duel. Fire on top of him, forces him into the open, and that smoke would have left a gap big enough to cause meyern to go down, but through the side of a little bit. Deco looking for the trade, trying to slice these kills one from another, but history's there. And so are Arctic 4 on this CT side as they're hanging on for dear life.
This map is crazy, man. They're rotating a lot, rotating fast. They kind of have signed up to have the same energy. Both teams ready for anything to happen. And it's creating for some crazy mid-round situations. You know, super hard to read the map sometimes, you know, for both sides. But we see a lot of awareness, you know, ready for like the weird aggressive play. We're getting some nice confident swings as Arctic try to keep up.
Good round from Ponter. 2 of his 3 kills on enemies with backs turned, so just hunting his fights at the right moment, but short. Left out to dry. Ponter again. They're not looking at him, so he'll go ahead and help himself to the first.
1-for-1's pretty good. Ninja up to the plate.
Very much alone here. They're working all around him. They haven't come to check. Somebody will hard clear, and then it's meyern to swoop in off of the balcony, so even with Noxy being dead, so be it. This is an A plant at a site that Arctic want nothing to do with. They'll fall back, hold on for the save. Isurus putting that lead back in place.
That was really good. I mean, there was only a single player underneath the porch, so even though they don't respect the molly and just like wait a second to see if someone's there, they have 2 people ready to trade. So as long as they get that kill and they've already committed to the A site in their mind, then they know there's just a limited amount of people left, and they've already smoked off Arch, they've already smoked off the CT rotator, so history's like the only one who could stop him. If they have any kind of semblance of idea that he may be over at B, then they're in paradise.
Terrorists win.
Начали tirame blitz.
Almost getting away.
Yeah, short hangs out a little too long. I'm not sure what he was doing with the rifle, if he was going to try to commit to the bench or if he wanted to just peek into ult. He seemed to like realize right there, of course, it's like, oh man, this is a little sketchy. But he's sort of half committed.
Thinking about the mid fight again. This time off the back of history. Trying to put their best weapon in place. But now, unfortunately for Ninjas, he is just left on an island. Will they check it? Yeah. Walking up to clear, and all the kills across all the engagements. Very much going the way of Isurus. They're ready to pounce down into the B site. They feel confident in what they've seen, what they've felt out.
They're shooting pretty hard right now.
Yes.
Hard to deny these entries. Bomb planted right at the minute mark. Been a very consistent feature of this game. Fast decisions.
Pretty electric game.
It is, yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's been very fun to watch.
They're looking to squeeze everything that they possibly can, but the op is very much protected in CT. With nobody coming from the B site, it's good. It has escaped the threat. Ponter and his armor. Oh! That's a jump scare for reversive.
Yeah, that was cool.
Bien, bien pelas.
Couldn't snatch the AK into his own hands, but at least he drops it. Here's a second timeout so far this map for Arctic. Trying to get something of a CT side beneath them. They will not finish with a lead no matter what.
Always kills my immersion when the round ends. It's like
Right.
real life up until that
Yeah.
point.
You gotta lean back.
I'm kind of holding my breath to see the T side to see if Arctic are gonna do the same thing, and if it's just gonna somehow work. Even though they look like they're a little bit behind right now in terms of their individual level, and like Isurus just seem to be getting more and more comfortable. I can't help but feel like there's a bit more here for Arctic to show.
Yaps. Remember, History's op held on to and still nearby. Ooh, about to get pressured though by Util.
They're running it back.
He doesn't hold on to the first corner, falls to the site instead, and then while he thought he was going to be bombarded, suddenly there's nothing there. It's all coming at him from arch side instead. Deco's got his teammate's head. History connects into the second, but 2 frags is all he's going to be able to hang on for.
If History just had a friend right there, you know, he looked like he was about to set up a round.
Lost his teammate earlier.
Here come the entourage.
Noxy trying to hold on to the short side. He gets tagged up, but Luchov's sitting on 100 health. Starts to get a little aggressive here. I don't know where Ponter nails that one necessarily, but he'll need 2 more. Oh, they almost line up. Imagine a world where that deagle shot goes through the wall.
That would have been the first time ever.
Oh, you don't see it happen often. A chance for something magical, but all the magic in the hands of Isurus still.
Oh, they don't overthink it, and I think that's been the most impressive part right here. It's not only are they keeping it simple, but it's working. So the quick arch wraps with all their smoke setting up, if Arctic aren't disrespecting them inside of middle, it becomes too late too quickly. And this is one situation where History does find himself on the A site while the exec is coming in, and you see he has impact, but there's just not a full buy behind it. That's well done. They don't molly car and Deco peek, so they make a mistake there.
Feels like it's one of the few rounds where Arctic actually, you know, their initial engagement goes perfectly, right? We've seen the peaks down middle. We've seen the peaks into alt window. A fight on B with the op. History connects the shot. Oh!
You got Luchov killed, my friend.
This man has not gone down easy. Luchov 16 and 7 before that op bullet rings out. And it'll leave his head spinning. There is still a chance, however, for Isurus to flex man advantage on the A side if they just follow through. And again, they haven't been overly complicated with some of their plays. The timing was there for an instant. Short has now come back. But Isurus do love a fake. Don't mind a stroll through the park. 2 smokes and a Molotov for this one. Flash within the mix. History still posted. And still very much at this B site. Seems to be the piece you need right now. 30 seconds as they start climbing over the pit. And Ninja shaves off the front runner. Looking for a little more. Sees the man up top. Now, empty magazine could have been his end. But he gets a fresh one in before Reversive is dropped to 14 HP. CT's still towards Coffin. He could try to use that smoke, and Short now able to hone in on these final 2 frags. There we go. Tough map so far from Short. 1 in 12 until now.
Yeah, Ninja does really well from that pillar, of course, throwing down this kind of modern but like instant classic of a smoke between quad and emo pillar, and then playing off the side of it. Just recognize he's got to take some kind of risk. If he plays behind it, he's going to get spammed down, and just a delay of time. He got a lot of damage off and let his teammates get comfortable into good spots in con. Walk this wood down, and yeah, this kill right here, history should. It was kind of one or the other, right? You could peek if the car volley comes off. Maybe you still die, but it's going to cost him a lot of health. Or you don't peek and just chill for a second, wait for a window flash, and try again.
Final round of the half, and Luchov goes right back to it. Ninjas bullied in the corner of Banana. But if anybody's been able to shut down Isurus, it's History, or it's Ponter. Right now, Ponter will have no support on this A side of the map. Just stuck inside the boiler room and holding. Oh! What? I don't even. Was that the jump
That
or
was
the peak?
express mail.
No matter
for that
who hit
bullet.
that. That's quite nasty. History. Ooh, he hits the flick up, but meyern survives. These ops, they just don't make them how they used to. Luchov rounds the corner. One more kill to the top of his scoreboard to end this half. A dominant 9. Oof, excuse me. 10. That's right. Double digits to the T side of Inferno. Luchov leading the way as they'll swap over to the CT side and see if Arctic have it in them. rather ferocious T-side from Isurus. Pretty decisive in their decisions as well. Never too tricky, but a couple fakes here and there. It's all in all a commendable T-half, of course, on their map pick of Inferno to start this best of 3 series. A best of 3 series here on the road to Rio that unfortunately ends for one of these squads. And Arctic, well, it's going to be the uphill battle as they switch onto the offense and have to put up those numbers. History going in for the utility, Reversive the same. And it's not just meyern, who maybe some of you would have expected to carry his team to victory. Big numbers from Luchov this evening.
He was more comparable to a Yakinder with his kind of sheer amount of frags plus the entries in that first half. We'll see if he slows down.
There is a set of eyes on this hole, and Ninja's he's going to pop up and get popped himself with the bomb. That death, look how much that bomb just got springboarded into the open. So now anybody sitting top mid where there are 3 members of Isurus can keep their eyes nearby. The fact that then the Banana Men can also help out just means that poor Arctic, they lose another body and all the health essentially from short just to get that bomb back. They never even got past the ramp. Now, as far as they're concerned, every corner could be occupied. It's a horrifying path to this B bomb site, but they will keep it simple and just move this way. 2 smokes still to execute with. With that presence shown, 3rd player starting to flirt with the possibility of the rotate. But again, at least 2 smokes means 1 CT, 1 coffins. They've got Reversive pinned in, and that molly should have pushed him out, but it actually comes up a little short by the looks of things. Desperation with the Glocks, but at least they've got the 1 kill they need to get this bomb down. Costs the planter, however. Smoke fades the moment he's about to draw that weapon back out. Oh. And blink and you'll miss it. 2 additional kills. Isurus takes 2nd pistol.
That's Luchov touching 20 in the 2nd pistol. Insane map. It's got his name all over it right now. Not surprised to see that retake. I mean, great that Arctic got the bomb down. I think already when you pointed it out, losing it in the inside of middle and then taking damage, recovering it, that set him up for failure. So, the plant, that's a win. That molly is very finicky.
Yep.
I'm not even sure if it's off by a centimeter, but sometimes you throw it doesn't spread to the back. And it's hard to say. Maybe if there's just a better lineup, but that happens every so often.
Whatever they put in the new Inferno bomb, they should just put in the Molotovs as well.
Extra plastic.
Yeah, you shouldn't burn plastic launders. Gonna open up a wormhole or something like that. He gets away. Reversive just spams the MP9. Does a 2nd magazine blind. Couple of Arctic's players climbing over the logs, but they can do nothing to stop Isurus from the fallback.
They're going to meet him halfway. Oh, you want to leave? Okay, we will too. Interesting. And they'll actually babysit the smoke in mid too with Noxy here sitting on Arch. Arctic won't be happy about that. You already see the spots are just a little bit better from Isurus compared to what we saw from Arctic in the first half. Probably time to get inside that moto smoke.
Benko's got fire coming, but he's also got teammates here to help. So again, bomb thrown to the dirt. meyern, 2 kills and an assist. History with the trade, but half health. Galil, 25 seconds. And players swarming all around him. The longer he waits, the more inbound. 1 health won't be enough to follow up after the first kill. So sure enough, Isurus with another.
Maybe this won't end so well. Well, it's shaping up to be also Arctic's worst loss as well, potentially.
Oof.
New territory, of course, on Inferno. What's the well? What you thinking?
I forgot already.
Any silver linings? It's so thin, you forgot.
No, you said this won't end well, and then I was going to say, well, it always ends well for one team.
It's true.
But that's why I stopped myself.
I shouldn't have prodded.
Yep. That's all they had. That one lonely flashbang. And it got them nothing. meyern primed from Cubby. 2 kills. Nice and easy. Fire on the ground in front as the thirds racked up. Luchov wants a little action. His bloodlust. Not quite quenched. Ponter's Tech 9 is lethal, but it's also pinned into the pit. Nice second kill to Luchov. Says you want a little blood, taste your own.
Yeah. Yeah. Get sick from drinking your own blood.
I would imagine.
I feel like my body should identify it and reabsorb.
Like photosynthesis.
That's what the T cells are for, right?
Something like that. A social scientist, Mo. Not a biologist.
Okay, analyze the energy from Arctic right now.
A social, a social scientist, not a psychologist.
Okay.
Okay. Can do like
give me like the history of the culture of Brazil.
And patterns and oof, burnt alive. Not ideal. I hear it's a horrible way to go. Deco up close on smoke finds MaLLby as he was just kind of left in that pocket between all the utilities. And so maybe Arctic again just lose on one side of the map, transition smoothly into the B hit. Luchov, oof, confidence brimming as he tries to take the fight from top of coffins, loses his life, and maybe Isurus lose a round. Bomb plant won't be interrupted, but will force short off the plant instantly, and he throws fire back the other way. Right now, Arctic all leaning into the back of the site. Now, seeing his 2 CTs come in through the banana retake, it's going to be eyes fixated back sight once they start to hit it.
This is the retake utility. Well, they got a lot of it, actually.
Yeah, it comes sailing inwards. Smoke towards coffin, and the off chance somebody went deep.
Wow.
And the moment they peek, it is kills in abundance for Isurus.
Very impressive.
Just like the amount of rounds stacking heavily against their opponents. That's 14, 2 away from victory on map 1.
And we have to mention the zoning as well. Even though the MaLLby doesn't do a lot of damage landing on default, it moves the T as soon as the bomb gets planted. So falls back into a position where the B players are going to put pressure on him via utility. And I was thinking, oh man, they're just throwing a lot of it here at the top of Banana to clear things out, and there's no one here. But they had just enough to make sure everything was safe. Really well executed. Harder than it looks to keep an inventory of everything you've got between your team, move around forward while it's live. Make sure everything's executed smoothly. But they've been smooth all game. This is why Taco said they had to take him seriously, even though they won.
Oof, 2 easy ones. Just trying to vie for a little line of sight into the A site, but every time it's flash, or a smoke, or fire, or just gunfire. Trying to press the issue off the flash. The bomb carrier himself goes and just checks the flank to make sure nobody's already running down Banana, but oh, short just missed it. They pump the brakes for a second. Reverse is going to walk in, but won't be punished for the peek. Picks up the kill versus history, goes for more, and Ponter ends him there. So Ponter and short make that only short to try and stave off Isurus' 15th round win.
Man, have we seen 2 bomb plants in this half so far?
It's been sporadic. 2 bomb plants indeed. That is
the pistol round that last round. Apart from that, they're getting to like 20, 30 yards and then just getting stuffed. It's not even close. No bracket control. They're not winning duels, and they aren't having a good time on Banana as well. Maybe Inferno's not exactly something they have any comfort on.
Series will move to Ancient after this, which is where we saw Arctic play versus ATK yesterday. That was a loss. And luchov just holds it. Mouse 1 all the way, 30 bullets down, no kill. meyern primed though. Ponter, 11 HP, making a bit of a ruckus. Reversive, looking for the multi-kill, but swaps out to the pistol, so just absolute carnage on Banana. Noxley's got a player up close and personal, and maybe we get a little too excited hunting that end. It'll give Arctic a little chance to extend this map 1. Unless Deco primes himself to the clutch. The first frag's his already, 2 still to go, and Bomb sprinting to the opposite side of the map.
Yeah, we'll go one longer. We'll get another bomb plant here as well. And the 2-on-1. And Deco, I mean, you know, you don't really have enough money to go for it, but if you're just feeling a little crazy, you know, maybe you run over there. It's not something Cloud9 would do. I don't even think it's something right now that Fury would do, but this game is... It's almost got a bow on it.
Yeah, I mean, you say it's something if you're feeling a little crazy. I felt like everybody on Banana was feeling a little crazy this round.
Yeah, if they can do that, then Deco's allowed to try this retake.
Yeah, man, sometimes crazy is a good thing.
That's true. It's crazy is interesting.
Mm-hmm. It's exciting.
You know what they say, if you're unprofessional, some will leave. If you're unentertaining, everyone will leave.
So next time, don't think about it, just do it.
See, like that, like slapping a fist bump, that's a little crazy.
Not just one, but 2. Both sides.
A 2K. Split open that crossfire.
Man, one of those awkward moments happened to us yesterday when we were having lunch with MaLLby in the hotel. Furia got back after the win. They're walking by. Hey, what's up, guys? Oh, what's up? I've got a cheeseburger in my hands. It was Caserado, leans in, offers me a handshake.
Yeah.
My brother, I got a burger between these hands.
You still shook his hand?
No, I gave him a fist bump, but then we had to go through that, like, you know, bump to shake to, oh, sorry, Man, I got sauce on these fingers.
Yeah.
Give me some space.
From one saucy man to another.
Yeah.
After the interview we did a couple days ago, Caserado said, okay, now the interview's done, let's talk skins. What's your favorite combo? What's the best combo? I said, battle scarred hand wraps leather and M9 bayonet default. He said, disgusting.
I was wondering why you posted a picture of them and added him, so that's why. Disgusting.
I said, you don't need Zibble for these.
Yeah, this round is already a little bit more reserved from Isurus. Realizing we can end this here, or so they assume. Ninjas, he survives the op shot. luchov.
Oh, the smoke. Oh, well, the flash doesn't do anything, but the trade is so good. However, they molly themselves out of the take in order to trap that player, so it slows things down.
Gotta pause a second at least.
So they're going for this mid retake. So this is a situation where, okay, I was like, okay, maybe they're going to go into it. They're leaving entirely. Okay. There is a... With how far away the T is on the A side, there's a world where they let him search a bit and listen, but it looks like they're just going to commit without him, and he's going to come in very late instead. It's not your typical position. If he makes any noise, maybe they move, but for now, it's just eyes on Reversive.
Then they lose that A player as Reversive cuts down the first at B. He confirms it's the all-in, but he can only find the one frag. Deco's chance. Woo. History pins him to the wall. Op headshot, keeping Arctic and their hopes alive for at least one round longer.
That's his 20th as well. We saw some great rounds out of History in the first half, and yeah, he's just been very good, I think, and overall he's been a consistently good performer in their last big handful of games for all of Arctic. Kind of a drop in the bucket, though, for what they need to pull this out.
At least now will be a chance to feast. Easy pickups for Ninjas. Short pops out of the hole, and so they go down. 2 more kills are his. Deco, pistol taps. Knives are out. Short's gonna make a little money and put a little respect on our names.
That's an ambitious gun throw. But he knew it was coming.
Yeah. You can run, but you can't hide. And in this case, you can't run either.
You know what I'd love to see more of? Because it's faster, if you're going to switch to your USP, let's say you run out of bullets, it's faster to drop your gun and start shooting your USP than it is to switch to your USP and start shooting.
Okay. But
and it looks way cooler.
It is kind of badass.
But that's not something people are doing.
It's like maybe the gun drops in front of you and then you accidentally shoot it. It blocks a bullet. Actually, maybe it blocks your opponent's bullets.
Ooh.
It's a defensive maneuver too.
That's why you got to use the A4 because it's bigger.
Okay. If the A1S is longer, you know?
Then it's only going to block whiffs.
Go for the boost here from meyern. Isurus have earned our expectations that they close this with how quickly they established 15 and now a 5v4. So Arctic, if this fight for their life on map 1 continues, it's off the back foot, and history doesn't seem to mind because he gets the kill as the smoke pops, fades away instantly for bomb, and Ninjas shows a little skin towards the B site. Arctic, options open, but the time is closing in, 50 seconds. Doesn't throw down the incendiary just yet. Will now.
Decro's more powerful by the round. Oh, they just smoked CT as well.
Perfectly timed.
Uh-oh. No nades.
It's gonna make things real tough. He pops through.
Yo, he got blind.
And none of the T's were. They keep it clean. Double headshot entry.
Ouch.
Not how Isurus expected that to go.
Yeah. I don't think that's what they mean by less is more, but it is applicable in this situation. If they had just held, they would have been in a pretty good spot. But Flash was okay if it landed in pool, of course. It doesn't blind anybody swinging from CT. But it's not something you want to think about too much, just a missed timing. Arctic stay alive. One of the best ways to die in the Arctic.
Is to stay alive?
No, to die. Instead of dying in a fire.
Oh, I understand. I thought your question was, what would what's the best way if you're in the Arctic? I'm thinking definitely not polar bears.
No, just the cold.
Just the cold.
Just get naked.
That is a weird thing about hypothermia.
Because you get warm after.
Right before it's about to be your end, you'll just, you find a lot of people who die from hypothermia butt naked.
They die smiling. From the warmth.
Brain plays crazy tricks. And so, if your brain had convinced you this was over, maybe you're wrong. We're talking 2 guns here for Isurus. Pistols in the mix. And an Arctic that wants to fight, but will have to do so. Again, back-to-back rounds, 5v4.
Oh, first things first, get rid of that gun.
Little self-flash. Oh, Ninja spam smoke.
Yeah, they don't get the gun down. They're going to come through this. Oh, and Noxie's totally blind, but there's no one else behind him.
Just got the reload. The second player didn't follow through, but the third person did, and they feed themselves to the beast that is Noxie, shutting them down in the front of that B site. It felt like Arctic still had some fight to offer, but it's too much of a blowout in the first 15 to recover, and so this series moves to Ancient. Arctic have lost there before. Can they bounce back from that loss? We'll find out soon enough.